The Israel-Hamas ceasefire deal, it has hit a roadblock, with Israel accusing Hamas of adding new conditions to this entire agreement. What should we expect now? We'll try and understand that. I'm currently joined by Roadblock. He's an author and journalist. I'm also joined by Dr. Zakir Hussain, a former research fellow, Indian Council of World Affairs, and a Middle East expert. Gentlemen, thank you very much for speaking with NDTV. I'd like to start with you, Mr. Locker. Just for the benefit of our viewers, what are the sticking points here in the Gaza ceasefire deal?
Well, I think it has to do with the release of the hostages and the schedule for the release of the hostages. I don't know the specifics, and Netanyahu didn't really lay them out.
Yeah.
But that seems to be the sticking point. And, you know, look, they're going to figure this out because they have to. I mean, the consequences of not doing it are too great to ignore.
All right. Dr. Hussain, can this entire development lead to renewed tensions between Israel and Hamas? Because that is a possibility, potentially jeopardizing the entire fragile truce that we are hoping to see.
I don't think that Hamas is responsible if anything goes out of hand again, because Prime Minister Netanyahu is in a deep crisis. If he accepts the deal, his allies are going to leave him. If he does not accept it, he will bear the wrath of President-elect Trump. And the statement given by Trump that all hell will lose if there is no peace deal, it means that he has given this statement to Netanyahu then instead of Hamas, because Hamas has become a party of the deal that was not in the plan of Biden, which he proposed in May 2023, last year, 24. And I give all the credits to President Trump, President Trump, because on two reasons. Number one, that though President Biden gave the framework of the deal, but he failed to do this. This may be because of he may be under the pressure of Zionism, which Ellen Pape called neo-Zionist regime, which is in the last phase, or Biden and Blinken was silently supporting the genocide for the killing of more than 100,000 people in Palestine. So before coming, President-elect Trump wants to clear all the mess created by Democrats since 2003 Iraq war. So he wants a clean slate to start his policy of America first, and that is a good beginning, and we are happy that peace has given a chance, and they react. And other thing, that humanitarian aspect which has been included, and allowing 600 trucks to travel there and remove the hunger starvation as a tool used by Netanyahu's administration. This is a very good beginning, and now President Trump wants a peace, and this will continue for the coming 4 years. If it is not going to happen, then President Trump has to take action against Netanyahu and his hardliner cabinet.
Right, Mr. Hussain, from the first part of your answer, are you suggesting that this is a lose-lose situation for Benjamin Netanyahu then?
Yes, this is a lose-lose situation, and I'm also sure that if he is going to follow the deal, it means that he is going to face the trial, and his jail is confirmed because of his corruption and implicity in all these crimes. Because crime may be the part of the, but again, if he is refusing the deal, it means that he is going to win the wrath of the electorates of Israel, because they are very happy with the announcement of the release of prisoners. Then Netanyahu will be the most loser person in this entire genocidal war.
Okay. Mr. Locker, Anthony Blinken, he has also criticized Israel's policies towards the Palestinians, saying that it cannot go on with its annexation in the Middle East. Do you think this deal will help change that, if at all it comes to, if it happens at all?
No, I think Israel is going to keep doing what it has been doing, steadily taking land in the West Bank through settlements. I mean, Netanyahu's been emboldened by his success in Gaza. This is a problem that Hamas brought upon itself. It attacked Israel, a neighbor that it knows is heavily armed and very antagonistic. So, Netanyahu is like, I have to do what I have to do to protect my country. He doesn't really care what happens to Gaza. The United States cares because it looks bad, but we are still supporting Israel. And I think Israel is going to continue to do what it has been doing, gradually taking land in the West Bank, and nobody is going to try to stop them.
Right. Mr. Locker, having said that, Blinken also said that the future of Gaza It would involve unification of Gaza and the West Bank. Is this a possibility? What are your thoughts?
I mean, in theory, it's a possibility. In reality, I don't think it is. I mean, they had an election in Gaza and they voted in Hamas. And the West Bank, still has the Fatah government, and it has for like at least 20 years. I just don't see how that's possible. It would be nice if it happened. It would be nice if there was an accommodating government in Gaza to work with Israel, but they don't seem to have that.
Right. Mr. Hussain, what comes next for Benjamin Netanyahu's political future after this war ends, or if it actually ends? In case this ceasefire does go through, what are the potential consequences for Netanyahu's government is what I want to understand.
Because his supporter, two ministers who are ultra nationalists, ultra hardliner, Ben Gavir, the Minister of Security, and Smotrich, the Minister of Finance, are threatening. They have 14 seats. They are threatening that they will withdraw the support, while the other one has given that we can support Netanyahu, but on the condition if he follows their conditions. But on both the count, if Netanyahu goes there, we all know that without active support of USA, Netanyahu cannot, or any prime minister or any setup in Israel cannot continue the war, because several statements have been given by the former defense minister. They cannot carry war for 1 week even, if there is no active supply of arms and defense. And the way the world has responded to this ceasefire, including European Union, Russian president, and other Gulf states, it is a very jubilation, and they are ready to take the prisoners to be released by the Israeli in their prisons. So it shows that there is a hard approach for Netanyahu, and the commitment of Houthis to stop the attack on Israel if there is a deal. Favorable deal for Hamas. And what I feel that Hamas is now a party, and they may agree to govern the region by remaining silent. And I feel that if there is no integration of West Bank and Gaza or whatever, where the 6-7 million Palestinians will go, nobody is ready to take them. Everybody is silent spectator. They want a Palestinian state, and the only two-state solution is the solution of this problem. And ultimately, what I find that this is going to be a net loss to the Israel, and Netanyahu is responsible. He will be regarded as the worst prime minister in Israel, and worst prime minister perhaps in the world, by degrading the image of Israel. Israel's image has sagged to the lowest, never before has happened like this in the world. So Israel will need further 2-3 decades to embolden itself, to improve its image and ratings in the world by accepting the deal and treating Palestinians and Gazan people fairly and as a human being. This is a very obvious thing.
Mr. Ray Locker, at this point, amid this entire uncertainty, what role will international mediators, and I'm talking about Qatar, play in resolving this dispute? What is your opinion on that?
Well, I think the Qataris are talking to Hamas, which is more than other people are doing, and that's helpful, and that needs to continue. I have to agree with Dr. Hussain. Israel's image is terrible now. And Netanyahu's political standing is weak, and the best thing that he has going for him is this war. If this war is over, he's in deep trouble. He created the situation that enabled Hamas to build up its weaponry and attack Israel. He was trying to keep them going in ways as some kind of counterbalance, and it didn't work. And Israel wasn't prepared for the October 7th, 2023 attack. And he's responsible for that. So, going forward, the people who are talking to the parties involved need to keep talking to them, need to keep pressuring them to reach some kind of deal. And, Israel needs to realize that it's really not going to get much better for them.
All right. Is this a significant setback, or can the process recover from this delay? Well, only time will tell. Gentlemen, thank you very much for speaking with NDTV and sharing your views on this entire issue.
Thank you.